What up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Modi and we are locked in. This is the recap for Snowfall episode 8 of the final season. Now, this episode did have a lot of dialogue in it, but you got to understand, we're going into the ending of a whole series. We got 2 episodes left. So this was really one of the big buildups because we know that Oso is working with every single agency known to mankind in the United States of America, and he wants that money helping Franklin get Teddy. Now, Teddy has his own agenda. We also know RIP to Jerome, and that's where we're picking up this episode. So before we jump into it and break down episode 8 of Snowfall, if you like this kind of content, breakdowns, theories, predictions, recaps, live after show discussions, tune in tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern. Then hit your subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Make sure you hit that like button and follow me on Instagram right here. Now, let's get focused. We got to go back out to Cali. We got to figure it out because everybody is using everybody because everybody needs everybody to get what they want. So let's jump into it. This is episode 8 of Snowfall, the recap.
FX's Snowfall.
We start the episode off back at the house. RIP to Jem and Jerome. Well, Gustavo shows up and we see that the house is heavily protected because we know that there's a war going on outside. Now, when Oso gets here, we see everybody. Einstein has a RIP Jerome shirt on. Cissy's in the kitchen. Louie sees Gustavo. She goes into the house. Now, Franklin is telling Gustavo, listen, the passports and the other half of your money, I got it. But listen, I need Teddy. In order for all this to work, I need Teddy. So, of course, Gustavo is looking at the situation like, all right, we're almost at the end of the road now. I'm gonna have to go ahead and provide Teddy so I can get this money, protect my girl and the kids, and get out of here. Auntie Louie went into the house to go use the bathroom. She's fixing herself in the mirror, but it looks like she's almost at the point of no return, and there's really no telling what she'll do next because, of course, like I said, everyone's using everybody. Now, she needs Franklin, but she also needs Teddy because she wants to get rid of Franklin. She's just mourning the death of Jerome, and right now, she's at the edge. It's a lot going on. We're at the end of the road. 2 episodes left. We see Scully and Leon. They're consoling each other. Franklin sits down. He has a flashback of Mel when he used to jump the fence and go talk to her through the window. And he knows you got one job in this life. Protect family. Now, Auntie Louie finally comes back outside and she wants to talk to Franklin. She wants to talk to him right now. Now, these two, they need each other. They need to get rid of Teddy. Now, at this point, there's a lot going on. Gustavo just got that back in from Franklin, aka the money in the passport, but he has to check in with the DEA, Mr. Tony. Then we see Teddy talking to his boss, and his boss said, hey, listen, you'll be back in the good graces of the CIA with your blue badge if you can transfer all those assets, the $73 million, whatever property he has that Franklin may have slipped up and gave to him because, you know, Teddy was in charge of everything. Then Gustavo, they're telling him, listen, tomorrow, this is the end of it. We're bringing it down. And when you meet with the Colombians for that next drug exchange, Amanda is coming with you because the DEA, when you get this close to the end, it's the feds. They want to make sure that all their ducks are in a row. So when it's time to act on it, they can. But Gustavo, he doesn't want anyone coming with him because he's trying to help Franklin. He's trying to set up Teddy, but he also has to report to Teddy to let Teddy know, hey, I'm with you still. So right now, Gustavo has a lot on his plate and a lot of people are dependent on him. Remember, Louie wanted to talk to Franklin. Now she's on the phone with Teddy because she's been copying from Teddy and she's saying, listen, I'm gonna catch Franklin when I drop off this money for him because they're playing a role behind Teddy's back to set him up because they all want to get from up under Teddy because they know he has implications to bring all of them down. So they want to set him up. Louie needs Franklin, turn him into Teddy. Gustavo needs Franklin to keep the passport and everything. Teddy needs Franklin because Franklin killed his dad and he got to turn over that 73 M's. So right now, it's just a web of lies. Everybody is working behind each other's back. But Louie, Franklin, and Gustavo have a plan to fake kidnap Franklin, drop him off to Teddy, and then they try to capture Teddy after that. It's risky, but it's worth the reward, $73 million. Gustavo knows the doors are closing on him. So he goes back, check in on his old lady, her and the kids. He gives them his luchador mask. And he's like, listen, with this, you guys will be superheroes. Now he has the money and passports. He's trying to tell this bae, hey, you, the kids, y'all got to get out of here. You remember the argument they had after Ruben came in the house last time? He's not going to go with them. They need to go away so you can't track the kids. So it's tough right now. His back's against the wall. But one thing about Gustavo, if he loves you, he's going to do his best to try to keep you alive. Everybody is on the same timing at this point. Teddy's at the house talking to Peris, and he's letting her know, hey, we got to figure this out together. Where are we going to next? What's the next move for us? Now, she gets up, she walks off. Now, Teddy wants to do this with her. He wants to plan out his next steps with her. She comes out of the back with a cloth, and inside of this cloth, there's a ring. Now, this ring has been in Teddy's family. And he's upset. He's saying, you've been going through my things. But once he realizes she's actually here for him, he takes that ring, gets on one knee, and proposes to her. That's one sign of a man on his last leg. When there's a war going on outside and he's talking about proposing, he don't plan on making it back. It's time for the drop. Gustavo and his new partner, they're out on the flight line waiting for the Colombians to come and drop off their work. Now, when they get there, she's asking Gustavo's question, hey, Gustavo, how'd you meet your girl? But Gustavo don't want to talk about none of that. He has the lucky watch that he got from one of her kids, and we got to make this deal go down. Now, when the Colombians show up, of course, they're wary of who is this new person. But they have a little back and forth with her, and Gustavo tells them straight up she's DEA. But he's making a joke about it, even though she really is DEA. This is to throw them off of his trail. This is a risky move, but Gustavo did it because at this point, what does he have to lose? For him, it's all or nothing. It's time to go through with the plan. They meet up at a warehouse. Franklin has to let Louie whoop on him a little bit, tie him up to make it believable to Teddy that they actually captured him. Now, Louie, she gets a couple of punches in. Veronique can't stand it. Veronique has to get in the car. Franklin is catching a whooping. Louie is letting out all the anger and frustration that she's had against Franklin. The anger about Jerome dying. It gets to a point where Scully has to stop it. Like, hey, we're in this together. You can't whoop on them that bad. But Franklin, you did deserve some of it. And we need to do this for $73 million. And I'm going to be the first to tell you, for $73 million, I'm taking an ass whooping. Just follow me with this. It's time to set everything up. We know about the jumping. We know about the beating that they had to put on Franklin to give him to Teddy. Gustavo is with the DEA. Amanda told Tony that Gustavo was moving reckless, told the Colombians she was the law. Now he has to page Teddy because the DEA is trying to get Teddy, but he pages Franklin. Franklin tells Louie to page Teddy. Now she's on the phone with Teddy telling him that she captured Franklin a little bit beat up. Gustavo has to actually page Teddy now. But while all this is going down in the background, Tony finds out that Gustavo gave up money, suitcases to his old lady, the kids, her mama, to leave the country. So now Gustavo can't show up to the Teddy meeting because Tony has arrested him because they never trusted or believed in Gustavo. Man, when I tell you it's a web of lies, everybody is using everybody. It's wild out here in these streets. Gustavo got locked up because he's making plays behind the DEA's back. Teddy, Louie, Franklin, they have their issues. Well, guess what? Ruben is not done. You remember Ruben was watching Gustavo when he came out of the house. Now he follows them. He knocks them off the road, T-bones the car that Tony and Gustavo's in. He kills Amanda, gets Gustavo out the back of the car and tells him they're at the warehouse. Teddy and Franklin, you got to finish your job. So right now, everyone is playing to win. It's a lot of crazy stuff going on in LA right now. Franklin was sitting outside in the pallet yard for hours. Teddy came and picked him up, kicked him in the face, and now he's trying to get revenge because he has that $73 million in assets, that money, and Franklin killed his dad. So he has Franklin with a wire around his neck on top of a box. When he gets ready to put Franklin to sleep because he wants to get rid of this body, in comes Gustavo. Now you remember Gustavo just got out because Ruben saved him when Ruben got rid of 3 DEA agents. So when I tell you it's wild and it's hot right now in LA, it's hot, on fire. Ruben brings Gustavo in because you remember he said they're at the warehouse. You need to hold your end of the bargain. As soon as he comes in, they stop Teddy from doing what he's about to do to Franklin. They chain up Teddy. Then we see Gustavo. He rushes Ruben. They get the fighting. Pat, pat. Oh shit. Oh damn. Whole time, Franklin still has this around his neck. They kick the box from up under him. Now Franklin is hanging and he's choking. Gustavo, help. Gustavo ends up whooping on Ruben. What does he do next? He go ahead and he begins to cut down Franklin because Franklin gave him the passport and the money. Now Teddy is still chained up. Teddy is saying, what are you doing, Gustavo? He's a traitor. Don't help him. Help me. Don't do that. His whole family, they brought KGB in here. But guess what? Gustavo's loyalty is to whoever is going to help him get out of this situation. And he gets Franklin down. And the last thing we see Gustavo ask Franklin, what do you want to do, Moreno? Because now they have Teddy chained up. Teddy has the money. Teddy is supposed to relinquish the money back to the CIA so he can get his blue badge. But guess what? It don't look like that's going to happen. Franklin wants $73 million and he has 73 million reasons to keep you chained up or relocate you because we need that money. Gustavo, he needs to get on the run. All right, there you go, episode 8. Let me know what you think about this. I did like how they played the whole setup in the end, how everybody was flipping on each other and they made it happen. So let me know what you think about this. Are they going to be able to get this money up out of Teddy, or is this just going to be a lost cause because the CIA already told Teddy we need that money in order for you to get your blue badge? Let me know what you think. I'm Mo.J. Make sure you tune in tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern. We're going to go more in depth, the live after show discussion, break down each character, talk about where they went wrong, where they went right. I'm Mo.J. If you like this kind of content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.